That's done in, that's from Italy. I was in Verano, which is this town near Venice, that all the houses are painted these beautiful colors. And so that's what I'm showing there. I did a lot of little sketches, but I didn't actually do the painting on the scene. You know, I did it later, photographs. But yeah, I once in a while I do something, what they call plein air. But normally I do my paintings in the studio, and I like to do a variety of things. You know, watercolor or acrylic or scratch board.
It looks like a scratch board here.
Yeah, that's scratch board. I've been doing art all my life. Now I'm retired, I do whatever I want to do. So that's the fun part, showing nature and things that are beautiful to me.
So did you take sketch this first, or did you photograph it, or what?
I went from a photograph, yeah.
Photograph.
Yeah. It wasn't a day where you could sit out there and paint. It was just after there'd been a lot of, it was unusual because there was all these well, they weren't exactly typhoons, but the water had come in and settled, and it was kind of an unusual situation, you know. So my paintings are usually specific, and it isn't something. I'm just not that spontaneous a painter. So sometimes I do something twice, like that one I did in acrylic, and then I did it over again in watercolor.
This way.
So it has a different feel to it. I like bright colors normally. That attracts me is the bright colors. You can tell that from my cards. They're all colorful.
Right, they're all watercolor.
And ink.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This one there is a
yeah, one is all color.
all that will be deleted. All that will be cut off. Edited.
Well, I'm not good at talking about my art, so I'm just going to let it speak for itself.
Yeah.
It's all around me, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. You know, I always did it all my life, just kind of playing around with it, but
you really got serious.
I just feel like, yeah, you can't do art like, you know, once in a while. You got to like put your all into it.
Thanks for looking at my photos camera. These are all from the Blues, Washington.
And the light must have been good.
Beautiful area to live and photograph, full of farmlands, rolling hills, old barns. I'm going to have a show of more of these works, Fremont Cafe, in February.
Oh, these are wonderful. Look at all the colors.
That's Steptoe Butte.
Look at that color.
Steptoe Butte.
I like to see all the reflections. It's almost like a texture, background texture.
Right.
Almost like flat.
There's a field of canola. Doesn't look real, does it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look, very good.
I have nothing to say that other than you know, there's just nothing I can do about it. I mean, most artists, I'm sure, feel the same way. And I think all these pictures that I've taken are like little gifts that have come to me at one time or another. And I couldn't tell you why. It's just
They just show up.
they just show up. I mean, I'm out walking around and I turn a corner and there's an image right there. And it's just startling sometimes how they show up. And this one especially, I'm still trying to decipher. I think it's a message. On the wall somewhere. And it's no longer there, which is the part I really like.
Whereabouts
So
did you find
took
it?
that.
It was like in an industrial area in the southeast.
It's almost like an abstract.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And I thought for sure it's like a message from outer space or something. It's got some code there I'm supposed to decipher.
So this one you took with some kind of
A little plastic camera.
plastic.
A little $14 plastic camera.
You mean the throwaway?
No, it's slightly different. It's actually called a Holga.
It's
and
the
they're
kids' camera?
considered an art camera because they're so bad. The light leaks in it.
Well, how did it get such good values? You know, you got all the...
Well, it took a little while actually to get that out in a darkroom kind of fashion. But all that images, there's no manipulation with it other than trying to develop it correctly.
It's beautiful.
It's like 120 film. That's the
It
whole.
reminds me of the old photographs, you know,
Yeah.
that have all that wonderful middle values.
Right.
It seems like it's just, I don't know, it has that feeling of the old photograph.
It was startling. That's another gift, you know. I mean, you got a whole roll of junk that you're trying to get pictures of with this little camera, and all of a sudden you go, my God, look at it! It's an actual picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, this is something that you put together with Photoshop.
Yes, that's truly, that's my hand. That's a leaf from my front yard, and that's a cloud from the Oregon skies.
Did you keep the red so really?
That was actually pretty close to the leaf. I took the leaf into my studio and I put up some fishing line across two stands, and I laid the leaves on the wire, or fishing line, and took pictures of them, and it took me a year to figure out what to do with them. I had these wonderful leaves, you know, those autumn leaves that are laying on the ground. The city comes eventually and sweeps up, and then when they first land, they have this beautiful color to them. So that's that one. And the truck garden was an old truck laying out in a field that the back window was blown out of. And I just stuck my head through the back window, and now the truck's gone.
Where was that?
It's over, actually, kind of off of Marine Drive on the way to Costco. Somewhere out in a field out there. So, another gift. Just romp around.
Thank you.
So, tell me about your paintings. How long have you been doing this?
About my paintings, these are small. I want to do something small, much faster to fill up a small area than a big painting.
Which one is the most recent?
These were all about a year or so ago. I think this is probably the earliest. I go back and forth between abstract and something with figurative stuff.
And is there a common thread that you feel pulls these all together, or is there?
Really, I just start putting paint in it and then see what comes out.
An inspiration or an influence that you can like look to?
Well, I'm influenced by everybody. Every art that I like, that's my influence. These guys are later. These are later.
Point to that one again, the plexiglass thing. That one's later?
And this one.
Okay.
I think what I'm primarily doing is working with colors, forms, texture, just playing with the paint. That's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Thank you.